All right, we're going to continue working on expressions involving absolute value. We're going to do more algebraic type expressions inside our absolute value symbol, or when we have an absolute value involved, where we have to substitute in a value for the variable and then go ahead and simplify that out. All right, so here's what we're looking at. So this first example, it's the absolute value of the quantity of 3x minus 5, and we want to evaluate it or simplify it when x is negative 3. All right, so the first step in our process is we're going to substitute negative 3 in place of x. This, remember, means 3 times negative 3 minus 5. Now, in our absolute value, we want to simplify this expression, so we follow the order of operations, multiplication first. So that's going to give us negative 9 minus 5. Negative 9 minus 5 is negative 9 plus negative 5. Okay, and that is negative 14. And then, as we've been working on, once we have the absolute value worked down to a single number, then we take the absolute value of that. So the absolute value of negative 14, how far from zero is negative 14? It's 14 units. Okay. Another example, a little bit more to it, but it's the same concept. So it's the absolute value of negative 2xy plus 5y. X is 6, y is negative 3. So our first step in our process is to substitute it all in. So in place of x, I'm putting 6. In place of both of the y's, I'm putting negative 3. Now we got to go to work. We're inside the absolute value and we want to simplify this. Okay, so I look at this is a cluster of 3 numbers multiplied together. All right, negative 2 times 6 times negative 3 plus 5 times negative 3. So we're going to do this multiplication first, and I'm just going to go left to right. Negative 2 times 6. And then because it's separated by addition, I can do this multiplication at the same time. So this is going to give me negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Still got to multiply that by negative 3. Then I'm going to add to that the negative 15 that I got from 5 times negative 3. Okay, negative 12 times negative 3 is positive 36 plus negative 15. Okay, so when I add a positive plus a negative, you're really subtracting those, taking the sign of the larger. So our answer is 21. The absolute value of 21 is, how far from zero is 21? 21 units. And there's our simplified answer. Okay, so it's substituted in one step at a time. Okay, another example here. Evaluate each of these for these values. A be negative 2, B is negative 3, C is positive 2, X is 2.1, Y is 3, and Z is negative 4.2. So here's our expression. Now, just to point out, this sign, negative sign in front of the absolute value, is telling us we're going to take the opposite of the answer to the absolute value. Okay, that's what that means. So we're going to leave it that out in front. And, I got an expression inside this absolute value, an expression inside this absolute value. So we got to work them both down, take their absolute values, then finish it up from there. So first things first, let's substitute in what we have. A is going to be negative 2. So I got 5 times negative 2 plus C, which is positive 2, plus the absolute value of 3 times 3, because Y is 3, plus 2 times Z, which is negative 4.2. Okay. So I got this absolute value and this one, I got to work them out separately here. So inside my first absolute value, I got multiplication and addition. Multiplication comes first. Okay. Inside my second, I got multiplication and multiplication. They're separated by addition, so I can do them each at the same time. That would take me to here. Negative 10 plus 2 is inside my first absolute value. That's this result. 9 plus negative 8.4 is inside my second absolute value. Notice I left that negative sign in front. Okay. Keep carrying that down. So the next step, negative 10 plus 2, that's negative 8. 9 plus negative 8.4 is 0.6. Now we're going to apply our absolute value. So how far from 0 is negative 8? Well, it's 8 units from 0. How far from 0 is 0.6? 0.6 units from 0. Now, the answer to the absolute value of negative 8 is this 8 right here. This is what's being carried down. We're supposed to take the opposite of that. So we got negative 8. Okay, negative 8 plus 0.6 is going to be negative 7.4. So it's step by step, rewrite your work all the way down the page. Okay. All right, jump over to our other example, absolute value of y minus 2z minus 3x. Okay, so now I got to substitute all my values in. So in place of y, we're going to put 3. In place of z, we're going to put negative 4.2. And in place of this x, we're going to put 2.1. So that's first. Okay. Inside my absolute value, order of operations says do multiplication before this subtraction. All right. And then outside of the absolute value, I got minus this product. I'm going to multiply those two together. Okay. So I did 2 times negative 4.2. That's negative 8.4. I left the minus sign there. Okay. So I brought the minus sign down, treated that like a positive 2 times negative 4.2. On the outside, I did 3 times 2.1 minus 6.3. All right, now minus a negative inside my absolute value is going to be plus. So this is going to be 3 plus 8.4, absolute value, minus 6.3. The absolute value of that is, we're going to add those two together. So I get 11.4, absolute value, minus 6.3. Absolute value of that is 11.4. And subtracting it out, I get 5.1. So there's my solution to that one. Okay, these are the types of problems you're going to work on tonight. It's going to be, write them out, go step by step, show the work. The homework is on the McGraw-Hill site. So you have to go to the McGraw-Hill site. The link is there for you on the website. So you should be able to click and it take you right to it. Not too awful many. I think 10 or 11 questions, but make sure you're writing them out, going through process. All right, I'll let you get at it.